Hello and welcome to the Media Bubble podcast. I have already begun the episode, Karol.
Yeah, you asked me to close my eyes and just wait for the signal. Hi, everyone.
And in this episode, we're going to do a sequel episode to Versus. Do you remember that video, Karol?
Yeah, I do. I think I even... Is it the same background that you now used?
I used different background for this video, but this is one of them, yes.
Yeah, it's similar.
So, I have changed a couple of things. The main gimmick I have done nothing with. You're still going to choose either A or B or sometimes C.
Mm.
But I have not as many slides. Last year I had 80.
Yeah, I think it was a little overboard.
And now I have 60.
You know what?
So it's
25% less? I can go with that.
So I think it's also supposed to give us a bit more time in explaining, because so some of the ones I did last year we literally spent like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think those are all great ideas, but honestly, listeners, I was not prepared for this. I'm here with the drink in my hand, about to celebrate New Year's, and you ambushed me. No, didn't ambush.
I thought we could start as well.
Let's go.
So let's see. The first one is a bit reminiscent to the first one last year.
I think you should still preface what this whole episode is for our new listeners.
Yeah. So if we have for the first a slide yellow versus green. Last year we had blue versus red, and now yellow versus green.
And each of the question is either or.
Yeah, I did this last year as the beginning process of the last year when I did this was to get us know better, and then I had a bit more fun with it and took in some that is related very to our channel.
I can't wait until... No, wait, you don't have to score on this one. I'll be fine.
I didn't score on the last video either.
Yeah, I was...
What are you going to pick about of these two, yellow or green?
Would I be younger, I'd pick green, but currently it's yellow. It's my favorite.
What?
Yeah.
You have always been green.
Yes, I've been. And green and yellow are my favorite colors. But currently I'm leaning a little bit more towards yellow.
Yeah,
like orange tones.
I'm always more yellow. So yellow is for me too.
Yeah, you should see my room. That's so much yellow in it.
Oh, okay. And then we have a drink related one. We have water versus milk.
Depends. Is it just like drinking it casually, or
what do you prefer?
Water.
I think water too, actually. I think
I'm lactose intolerant. I cannot drink milk.
Oh, okay. Well, let the rooms a bit. Like what? If you're thirsty, then water is like the best drink. But if I'm not thirsty or anything, then I would probably say milk.
You know what? Let's agree on that. Yeah, I feel like, because we could go deeper. Like, what is more appropriate? Because in Sweden, it's okay to drink milk to just normal food, to dinner, to lunch, like during the day, and that's a little bit weird.
Is it?
A tiny bit, yes.
Yes, really?
Yeah, and for example, I don't think it's appropriate to drink milk and, for example, like have falukorv or like meats or like schnitzel or like just anything. It's like a breakfast dinner like kind of deal.
Well, I wouldn't say that people go around all the time drinking milk, but there's nothing unnormal about drinking milk here.
In itself, yeah.
Well, that was a longer discussion on this than I thought. Then we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe versus Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is kind of the ultimate on both these series.
Yeah. Good luck, Nintendo, topping both of these games.
Yeah, it's kind of like, what are we going to do on our next console?
What if it's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 2? And a second booster pass?
It could actually be. Like there's no way really to top Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But at some point you gotta make a new game. So at some.
Unless they do
somewhere.
like Double Dash. Deluxe.
Double Dash Deluxe.
DDD.
The one thing that I always find a bit interesting when I maybe have friends around or family and we're going to play video games, they never really want to play Super Smash Brothers. So I always play Mario Kart.
Is it perchance because you're destroying everyone while playing?
Well, I think it's
Super Smash
I
Bros.
think it's because Mario Kart is both easier and maybe a bit more fun.
Yeah, it's not as technical, I would say. It's straightforward. Everybody gets like, yeah, just race.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna also admit Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Mario Kart 8. I just find it more fun to play. Let's see. Then we have Major versus Batu.
Come on.
What?
These
you know
are-
these characters.
I know, we know these characters. It's just that, and for listeners, we're talking about Ghost in a Shell, the animated movies.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Like, I the thing is, Major is a, like, both of these are such a great characters. Like, because Major goes through so many changes in the first movie.
Yeah.
The second movie, she's just in the internet. She's not really doing much.
She kind of just comes around in the ending. Well, she has been around throughout the whole film, but you kind of just
silent,
see her.
Yeah, silently in the background, like machinations. She's in the net.
I think I'm going to take Batu, actually.
Batu is also a cool guy because it's so difficult to explain. He has a dog that he is this tough masculine, like, he's also a violent guy. He has goddamn not laser eyes, camera eyes. What's the eyes that he has?
I guess camera eyes in that case.
Yeah, cyberkinetic eyes. He treats so much of his body, and he made so many enhancements. And he is a deep character, but I'm gonna say Major.
I feel just like Batu more knows who he is, maybe.
But I wouldn't hold it against Major because the story in the first movie is she's trying to understand who she is. So that's like even better for her. But I see your point.
Okay.
Like Batu he knows who he is and he likes being himself.
Yeah. Then we have pinball, and I know I have I have a picture of the like computer pinball game, but I mean like arcade kind of pinball versus
Cabinets.
Yeah, cabinets, car cabinets.
I'm gonna say car cabinets.
I'm going to say pinball. I like pinball.
I never got pinball.
You never got pinball.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like two buttons and balls.
I know, but it's like deeper strategies to this. Like, for example, some boards have like side quests that you need to unlock to like ascend further on the story.
My dad is really good at pinball, weirdly enough. Like he knows the kind of strategies that you want for pinball.
Yeah, because there are. And like there's like a few bonuses, each stage is different. I remember there's like a virtual pinball renting service on PlayStation. And a lot of the boards are like officially licensed, brought back from like real life. And these have those specific quests.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is pinball is cool, but I don't get it, so that's why I took that's why I take cabinets.
Okay, let's see. We have chips versus popcorn.
What's your opinion on this?
I like both really, really much, actually. Like I like popcorn a lot. They're puffy. They're easy to eat.
Less
but
calories.
I always kind of just like the taste of chips better. It also comes in a variety of tastes.
I mean, popcorn does as well. If you spice it up by yourself.
Yeah, but not in the level that chips.
Well, I mean, you can add so much more to, like, as a base, I think they're on the equal level. But with popcorn, you can add so many spices, so many herbs. Like, you can add sweet, you can add caramel. I don't think you can add caramel to chips.
Yeah, maybe not, but because chips has... I'm not going to argue what chips has. Yeah, I think everybody knows what chips has, and
What
I
is a
prefer
chip?
chips. Yeah, what is it? It's a potato kind of thing.
It's a thinly veiled slice of potato.
It's kind of like if someone would ask you, isn't that unhealthy? No, it's potato.
But I'm gonna pick popcorn because that's the one thing I don't feel guilty eating.
Yeah, popcorn is kind of also, if we're going to talk about snacks, popcorn is like the most healthy one.
Yeah, it has no okay, maybe I'm saying it wrong, but it's not as, I mean, chips are fried in oil. That's already a lot of calories, and that's a lot of bad stuff. Then comes the seasonings. When popcorn is just plain, it's...
Can I ask you a question? Can you pop popcorn?
In a microwave or in a, like a pot?
In a pot.
I can't.
I can.
You gotta show me. Someday.
Okay, let's see. Then we have, the Sanderson sisters. We have Mary Sanderson, Winfred Sanderson, and Sarah Sanderson.
You know what this slide reminded me of?
What?
There's like an internet joke from like a series, and it's like, yeah, I'm Christian, I only watch Christian movies, which means Nightmare Before Christmas without Santa Town, and Hocus Pocus without Sarah Jessica Parker.
Wait, what do you do when Santa Town comes in? Do you just
No.
fast forward?
Oh god, I wrecked the joke. It was Nightmare Before Christmas without Halloween Town. Because it's not Christian, because Halloween is pagan.
Okay, so just the Santa part then.
Yes, and Hocus Pocus without Sarah Jessica Parker.
Okay.
Because she's so witch.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what is the question here? Which would I rather be, or who would I like the most?
Well, which one do you prefer? Which one would you choose?
Really?
It can be whatever you random choice you or opinion you want. Just kind of the one that you feel.
It's gotta be Winnie, Fred. It's gonna be Winnie. Like, she's the mastermind.
Okay.
She has the most, like, I'm an evil witch, and I eat the children. Mama.
I'm probably going to take Sarah for the obvious reason. I don't think I need to go more on that. Let's see. We have Under the Sea versus We Don't Talk About Bruno.
I mean, it's gotta be Bruno. Like, that song had a grip on the internet for weeks.
Yeah, but Under the Sea, that is a really catchy song. Under the Sea.
We'll get copyright claimed.
Yeah,
if we just sing it, rhyme it, or wing it. You believe
then
me.
Then stop.
As I said, on the fact that this, like, Encanto had such a grip on, like, Twitter for God knows how long. There was so many parodies that We Don't Talk About Bruno.
Disney probably made enough money back on just that song.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to say Under the Sea, maybe for nostalgic reason or whatever, I don't know. I just find it a catchy song.
I can see why. Like, you're kind of, you're the old movie enjoyer.
But I haven't watched actually a lot of Little Mermaid, if I'm being honest. That was one of a few Disney films I didn't own as a kid.
Oh, interesting.
But I heard it on actual Swedish radio a couple of times. They just played it with the other songs. I don't know why.
Why am I not surprised? Like, we...
Okay, let's see. We have a parachuting versus... you did choose on the last one, did you?
Yes, it was Bruno.
Okay. We have parachute versus canoeing, I guess.
I would do both of these.
Okay.
It's, like, I mean, canoeing is easier to schedule.
Yeah.
I already have found some places we can go canoeing.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say them live on air, because privacy reasons, but I will send you a link.
Okay.
But I've also been looking for parachuting in our area.
You want to parachute?
I would.
Okay.
It's such an exciting activity.
Yeah. this one is pretty obviously for me canoeing.
Yeah.
Like I'm afraid of heights, and like I'm really afraid of heights.
Even when I lift you up, you already start shaking.
Yeah.
So, yeah. As I said, both, but canoeing since it's probably easier.
I have the Joker versus Harley Quinn, I guess.
What's your opinion on this? Which would you prefer?
I would say Harley Quinn I like more as a character. I find Harley Quinn's evolution interesting. Did you know that she kind of just started as a random female sidekick that they put in one of the Batman animated series episodes?
Really?
Yeah. She was never supposed to be really that much, but they kept bringing her back for a couple of more episodes. She kept developing, and they brought her into the comics, which is they usually never do. If a character debuted on a TV show,
they don't bring it back to the comics.
They usually don't bring it back to the comics, but she did. And I don't know, Harley Quinn has such a crazy, lovable personality, I guess. That I'm picking Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I agree on every single point. I'm a big enjoyer of Birds of Prey. I liked just Margot Robbie, her depiction of Harley Quinn and Suicide Squad. I loved it. Yeah. I have seen almost all episodes of her DC animated series. Like, hell yeah.
Harley Quinn has become a much bigger character than even I would have anticipated.
Yeah, and that's great, since she is a great character. She's not a goody two-shoes. Like, she still has those violent tendencies from when she was with Joker.
Kind of interesting that these two began as kind of a couple, but now you would probably never see them together again.
Thank God for that.
Like they are so toxic.
No, but it's also kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because they also work as enemies, since they're so freaking toxic.
They work in every way.
But I gotta say also, before we skip to the next one, I also kind of liked how Joker is depicted in the Harley Quinn show.
Okay.
Because he's just a dad. Like, he has children. He has a lady, and the lady has 2 children, and he's just like trying to get these children into like Spanish multi-classes so they can learn Spanish and get their heritage. But there's a lady in the like school that doesn't really want them because they made the Joker fun and not just like a psycho. He's just like he's a sociopath, but he also works.
Yeah, the Joker kind of is. Well, he is the Joker. He's kind of he's evil, but he's very unserious in a way.
Yeah. Why so serious?
Yeah. Why so serious? Okay, let's see. We have Sigarita versus Cyndaquil versus Totodile.
You?
Totodile.
He is the cute happy guy.
Well, the thing with this starter set is I don't feel that much for
Chikorita.
I don't feel that much for, let's say, I don't feel extremely good about any 3 of them. I'm not feeling that incredibly bad about any 3 of them. They're kind of just in the middle of the pack.
I mean, for me, like, Totodile is one of my favorite starters. Since I kind of started with Gen 2. So he was my first starter, and that's who I played the game with.
Really? I thought it was Cyndaquil. I remember you had a Cyndaquil.
I had, but before that, I stole my friend's copy of the game, and then we started it and started the same with Totodile.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm so sorry if you're listening to this.
Well, Totodile for both of us, I guess. Actually, didn't you? Is it true?
I had a Cyndaquil.
Wait a minute. Is that story you told me years ago true, that you deleted a shiny Rayquaza?
Yes. It's absolutely true. I didn't know how Pokemon games worked back then.
Oh, she has a shiny. I'm going to delete it.
I was an 11-year-old who got his hands on a Nintendo DS and Pokemon games. I just went hog wild on that shit.
Well, hopefully she got another one. Probably not, but...
Probably not.
Let's see, we have Sherlock Holmes versus Hercule Poirot.
Poirot.
I'm going to say... probably going to say Holmes, actually. But I have seen more stuff with Poirot in it.
I think I have to say, on the basis that there is... Quick question. Are we talking about the depictions of these detectives by these actors?
No, I'm just
generally
Sherlock Holmes or Hercule Poirot.
Oh, okay, because I see that...
I just took what pictures of the two people I think is most associated with the roles.
Yeah, I would say so, yes. For our listeners, we were talking about Hercule Poirot. What's his name? Oh my god.
The actor?
Yes.
I don't know actually.
The stash one. And also we have...
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I was about to say something way worse. But yes. Oh god. If it's just these detectives in general, it's gotta be Sherlock.
Okay.
Like I think, like, out of the books, I read more Sherlock than I read Poirot.
Have you? Oh, okay.
Like, I have a few collections of Sherlock books at home.
How many of Sherlock's books were there made actually by the original author?
I can't remember. As I said, I'm a Sherlock fan, but I haven't read everything.
Okay.
I think my favorite story is like Hounds of Baskerville.
Oh, okay.
But Poirot, God, this series is so great. I just love every single bit of it.
Yeah, I guess he really personified Poirot.
Yeah, because there was the murder on the...
Orient Express.
I had one drink only. My tongue is already going places it shouldn't go.
Well, let's drink some more then.
But Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
It was also a Poirot story. The detective, the new movie, it was also Detective Poirot. But each time I saw the actor on screen, I was always thinking about the depiction from the older series.
Okay.
Like, he just cannot be topped as that role.
Yeah, he's so associated with that role as well.
Like, he made it.
Yeah, he also did it for like 20 years.
What about that, Benedict Cumberbatch, huh?
Sherlock has ended, right?
Yes, it ended after 4 seasons? 3 seasons? 4 seasons.
I always found it weird that they just like made 3 episodes per season.
Well, I mean, it was like prime time television. And it was also like the length of a movie.
Yeah, it kind of was. Well, let's move on. Yeah. Let's see, we have cheese versus ham, and what I'm kind of thinking about is this sandwich here. What do you prefer on a sandwich?
Well, I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah. Do you eat sandwiches?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I eat those grilled ones with cheese.
I'm lactose intolerant.
These two are not exclusive. I'm gonna say go with cheese, actually.
I'm also going to go with cheese. Like, yeah, I usually take cheese on most of my sandwiches, like 90% of them.
For me, it's more like 15.
Oh, really?
There's so many other toppings that are just so much better. Like,
okay.
Like pâtés, or that's also a cheese.
How's it going, Karol?
Okay.
The first one you came up with.
75% cheese.
Okay.
Cheese.
Cheese. Let's see. We have spring versus fall.
I'm gonna say fall.
I'm thinking actually more spring, because spring is the time point where it's become lighter, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then I'm probably going to take spring. This country can be so gray at times, and fall is kind of the time period where we're more going in that direction.
True. Like, right now, it's already becoming dark around 4 p.m.? 3 p.m. Like it's all like it has already started going dark.
Not 3, but maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, when normally it's way lighter around. I gotta focus on speaking. But I'm gonna say fall.
Do you want to drink some more, Karol?
No, I am a total lightweight. I cannot handle my drinks.
Let's say we have Loki versus Thor.
You?
After seeing actually the TV series Loki, I'm probably going to say Loki.
I'm gonna say Loki as well.
He just feel like a more fleshed out character at this point for me.
I just enjoy
Tom Hiddleston's
Yes, exactly. It's just so good. Like, I cannot blame Chris Hemsworth for his Thor. It's also wonderful. I love his depiction. You see, this is also a reason I liked his performance. But Tom Hiddleston, he really owned that role. I don't think anyone else would have done as great a job as he did.
But I kind of like him more because of the Loki series. If we had just have spoken about the movies, then I would have picked Thor.
You see, that's why maybe I'm on the fence, since I haven't seen the series.
Okay.
I do know about, like, Loki Gator.
Oh, or that thing, okay. Let's see, we have guitar versus piano. And this can be either what you want, if you like listening to or playing.
I played the piano when I was a kid.
You did?
I took lessons.
Oh, okay.
If you ask me to play anything, I won't, because I don't remember.
Let's see, do we have a piano here?
No. Stop rolling in the piano. Move it back. A guitar.
I'm probably going to say guitar.
Like, I listen to Taylor Swift. I would be she is known for her like earlier stuff on guitar. I
kind of like listening to piano sometimes, but usually it's more guitar.
Honestly, I do listen to piano like compositions of songs when I do like work stuff. So
well, it's kind of just smooth listen sometimes.
Yeah, it's not destructive. It's really just vibes.
Okay, let's see. We have Glenn Close Cruella de Vil versus Emma Stone Cruella de Vil.
Oh, why do you force two queens against each other?
Queens?
Yeah.
No, this is Cruella. She's the villain of the story, Karol.
I don't know. I think the new Cruella is kind of the anti-hero. She's not the villain.
It kind of, I guess. She kind of...
Like, she's not a good person, but she is not the villain. It was the dogs that killed her mother on that edge.
Have you seen the movie?
I've seen it with you. We talked about Cruella.
We talked about it, but you hadn't seen it at that point.
How much have I seen it? I think I've seen it.
If you go back and listen to us talk about Cruella in the Disney live-action episode, you hadn't seen it at that point.
I think I've seen it. Wait. I have to remember. I'm having a flashback. I've seen Cruella since then.
Have you?
Yes, I did.
Do you know the ending with her mother?
I've seen Cruella, but I haven't seen the ending.
Okay.
Because I came to the point where she worked at the like boutique. Mm-hmm. And she was like being so distraught about her situation, like nobody took her seriously.
Yeah.
And then she came to the fancy place, to the fancy lady. She worked at the fancy lady's place. Mm-hmm. And then she saw that it was her mother's necklace that she was wearing, and like, oh, this necklace, it's mine. And she was like, no, it's probably not yours. And then I don't remember.
Okay. Emma Stone is probably a better performance, but Glenn Close is kind of more Cruella act.
It's more like. In the vein with like with the intent of the character.
Yeah, kind of the crazier side to her, I guess.
Yeah, because she wants to skin puppies, which she sells.
Okay, to the next one, I guess. I guess I'm choosing Glenn Close.
Same, but Emma Stone, you're very close.
I gotta say that her looks in the film is incredible, though.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be fashionable. It wasn't supposed to be kitsch as much as Glenn.
Okay, let's see. We have Triangle of Sadness versus The Menu.
I think more about The Menu.
Me too. I actually really like The Menu. Like, it's becoming one of my favorite films.
Yeah, like, I agree. And I think I need to actually have a rewatch of it.
Maybe.
Because as it says, it was painstakingly... Next slide.
Okay, let's see. We have tennis versus table tennis. Or ping pong.
Ping pong, on the fact that I'm better at it than tennis.
Have you... I don't play tennis that much. Like there is something that is associated with tennis that became a trend quite recently. Paddle. Okay. That I have played actually. I'm going to say table tennis. Like, I feel like it's just more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We have Fantastic Mr. Fox versus Nick Wilde. I think his name was Nick Wilde, right?
Yes, it's Nick Wilde.
So both kind of sly foxes.
As with The Menu, I think more about Mr. Fox.
Okay.
Because, I don't know, I just like the craftsmanship and the kind of whole story that the story was more intriguing for me. Because
he also was the main character in his story.
Yes. I mean, Nick Wilde is a duogenist? Like a duo protagonist.
Yeah, kind of.
So the story was about him, but not entirely.
Well, it was more he was a main character in it, but he wasn't the focus, you can say.
The focus was
on
what was the focus of Zootopia?
It was on the rabbit
Judy
Hopps.
Have you seen the abortion comic?
No.
Please cut it out then.
Okay, I'm going to pick Nick Wilde, I guess.
I'm gonna pick Mr. Fox.
Okay, then we have two Christmas movies against each other. Home Alone versus The Polar Express. I'm going to... I just feel like Polar Express feels more like Christmas to me, so I don't know why. I just prefer Polar Express for some reason. I really feel like that film captures the spirit of Christmas.
I don't disagree with you, because you're right. It is more Christmassy. Actually, I just watched such a Christmas movie, you will have to see it with me. It's just Christmas galore. But going back to Polar Express, I can see Home Alone multiple times, and it's not super enjoyable, and it's not super Christmassy, but it keeps at least the same kind of like enjoyability.
Okay.
The more times I see Polar Express, the less I like it.
Okay.
It's an enjoyable movie, but I like on the continuous rewatching, it just kind of loses its spark. So Home Alone.
That's fair. Okay. We have Lego versus Minecraft.
Why not both? Just get a Minecraft set from Lego.
Well, the point of this video, Karol, is choosing.
Well, I reject your question. I am an independent thinker who enjoys both Lego and Minecraft.
Well, if you're an independent thinker, then you can think about which one you like more.
Independently.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Minecraft.
I'm going to say Minecraft too, because I probably have played more Minecraft.
Although, that Bowser set that Lego released, my god. I if I had more shelf space, I would buy it.
Okay. Let's see, we have chocolate chip cookies versus muffins.
What do you think?
If it's a really good cookie, like really so soft and kind of smells in your mouth, then I would prefer cookies, but usually muffins are... I guess I more soft things, so I guess muffins.
You know, I never had once in my life urge or a thought that says, I'd really would go like for a muffin.
No,
not a single time. Cookies all the way.
Okay.
It's like, what do you want?
If it's a really good cookie, then I would prefer cookies more than muffins.
Like cookie, you go in and you get what you want. It's crunchy, it's sweet. With muffins, it's like, is it gonna be soggy or dry? Is there gonna be enough something interesting, or it's just gonna be bread?
Okay, then we have, let's see, we have Betty versus Veronica.
Jesus, Betty. There's way more shit happening to Betty.
Yeah, you have a point there, actually. Yeah, let's say Betty. We have the arcade Donkey Kong game versus the arcade Pac-Man game. Kind of the two most classic arcade games.
I'm gonna say Pac-Man.
Me too.
Yeah. I think
Pac-Man kind of was just more fun, I feel like.
it's also, I think, less difficult to get a grasp on.
Maybe. Let's see. We have vacuuming versus
Doing the dishes.
Yeah, doing the dishes.
Doing the dishes is every single day. I hate vacuuming.
Okay. I probably would say do the dishes because it takes less time.
I pop in my headphones and I listen to podcasts.
Okay.
But also, you know what? We have like a Dyson vacuum cleaner, so no cable. And ever since we got that one, the cordless vacuum, it's actually kind of enjoyable.
Okay.
Like, done.
Really? Let's see. We have a normal pizza slice versus a pizza slice with ananas.
You mean pineapple?
Pineapple. That's the English name, right?
Yes. Your opinion?
Without pineapple. I don't like pineapple. I don't like it period. I don't like it on my pizza and I don't like it on other things.
Well, I would have to disagree because I love pineapple. I love to eat it by itself, canned, or on pizza.
Really? More than a normal slice? Okay.
Yeah, it's savory and sweet. It's just like putting silt by meatballs.
Oh.
It's kind of the same principle, not the same taste.
Okay, let's see. We have Ken Kaneki versus Hasei Sasaki.
Aren't these two the same person?
Yeah, but they are different memories, I guess.
True. It's like Hase. He kind of repressed his whole deal as being Ken.
I'm going to say Ken Kaneki because he's kind of the bigger personality of them too.
Yeah, I mean why would you want Heise when you have Ken? Like, the deal with Heise is that he has Ken inside of him. Wink.
Let's move on. Let's see. We have taking a shower or taking a bath.
From an ecological standpoint, it's more environment friendly to take a brisk shower.
Yeah, but this is what you prefer.
Still shower.
I prefer probably taking a bath.
I don't know. I get bored in baths.
I just find it when you have a hot water, like it's so nice. I feel like to just lay there. Let's see. We have the Super Mario Brothers movie versus the Barbie movie. I'm going to say the Barbie movie. Like, there's still there's Barbie movie. I feel was a really fun and good movie. I feel like when we did our episode, I was a bit negative on it, and actually, while my points in that video I still agree with, but I didn't feel in that I actually thought that it was a really fun film at times.
I will have to agree with you. Also, I mean,
the Super Mario Brothers film was kind of mediocre, if I'm being honest.
It's not great. I think the problem.
Well, it didn't really take any risk, I guess. It's kind of played it safe, I feel like.
It introduced some fun ideas, like the real world, which we don't really see that often. What would happen if Bowser went to New York? apparently just pure destruction. What if Bowser was actually an asshole? For once, since it's not really shown in the movies, the games.
He kind of is an asshole in the games. He kidnaps a princess like 10,000 times.
Yeah, but he still kind of tried to kill all of her. This time, he actually like tried to kill every single subject of her if she doesn't marry him.
Well,
Barbie movie.
Okay, we have driving versus taking the bike, I guess.
It looks like the person is chasing the bikes on the side.
Really? I didn't feel that. Okay. Driving versus riding a bike, Karol.
Riding a bike.
Yeah, me too, I guess. If the weather is really nice, then I would prefer taking the bike.
If it's winter, car. Other than winter, bike.
Let's see, we have all the convoluted reasons we pretend to be divorced versus Meatloaf.
How the convoluted reasons?
Yeah, I just feel like that it was a catchier song.
Yeah, it's also kind of explains the relationship. It explains the relationship between Doofenshmirtz and his ex.
The other dimensions.
True, but it still gives insight to how would they feel about them in normal dimension.
Then we have, let's see, we have RPG versus, I guess, action RPG, or what was it called now?
Yeah, so for our listeners, we have two screenshots. One of them is Super Mario RPG, and it's chained Kong on the screenshot.
Yeah, that doesn't really have anything to do with the topic. I just kind of took a normal RPG elements versus more action variant of it.
They jailed him for monkey crimes. And the other one is Final Fantasy 16, which I still yet to play. I don't have a PS5.
Yeah. Sucks for you then.
I want a PS5.
Well, let's say I probably would prefer action RPG because I don't know. I like more actually doing things all the time. Like with normal RPGs, there is a bit of a pause.
I think it depends on what I'm in the mood for.
Well, it all depends on the game as well, but yeah.
Yeah. So genre-wise, I think I prefer also action RPGs.
Let's see, we have more pacifist versus snakes, I guess.
You can't ask me to do this. If I choose the snakes, then it means that I wanted to kill you.
Well, I would always take my character a more pacifist. How's it going, Karol, with those videos?
So, episode 2 is finished. I only need to upload it to OneDrive. Episode 3 is in the works, and I've also began writing second adventure, if you would be up for it.
Is that really a good idea with how this one has been going?
I don't know. I just want to play D&D, man.
to get that perspective of how it's been going with this D&D adventure, that episode 1 has been out for like some months, and we recorded episode 2 and 3 before that video even released.
True. But it's all thanks to me.
Thanks to Karol.
And I will not elaborate. Thank you.
Thanks, Karol, in the comments. Let's see. We have Timon and Pumbaa versus the genie.
So 2 single parents versus a fraud.
Okay.
Shots fired. No, I'm kidding. I mean, Timon and Pumbaa are 2 single parents. Like, there are 2 parents to
Simba. Timon and Pumbaa.
Exactly. So I just so progressive for Disney at the time.
I found Timon and Pumbaa a bit more funnier, and they had their own cartoon, which they were the main focus on.
I don't think I've seen it.
Really?
I've seen clips of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Timon and Pumbaa.
Why do you say Timon and Pumbaa?
Because I'm thinking of Simba.
Okay.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Let's see. We have Kellogg's Corn Flakes versus Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Jeez. They chased Tony the Tiger off Twitch.
Yeah, you have told me that.
Oh, they just wanted him to frost it in flakes.
I would, in my younger years, I would probably say Frosted Flakes, but now I would say cornflakes.
Yeah, I've actually recently had just like I want some cornflakes.
Oh.
Not frosted. Not Kellogg's, because they there was a boycott for Kellogg's a long time ago. Just unfrosted flakes, please.
Okay. We have Mariette Dupont Chang versus Ladybug.
I don't know.
I had a similar to this last year, if you remember.
The problem is that both of these girls have such mess of love lives, and they have their each individual problems that they need to take care of.
I feel like Marionette shows a little bit more personality when she is Marionette, though. I'm going to say ordinary Marionette.
Ordinary Marionette. She has a little bit more of that girl fail energy.
Let's see, we have Bleach versus Naruto.
Is it specifically Shippuden, or is it just
overall? No,
overall?
I see kind of just Naruto overall.
I'm gonna be a contrarian, and I'm gonna say Naruto.
I'm going to say Bleach.
You have a poster right here.
I'm not the biggest fan of either of these, if I'm being honest, but I would prefer Bleach. Like, I just feel like when Bleach is good, then it's really good.
Didn't it restart? Isn't it still ongoing?
Yeah, the anime has picked up again, but the manga ended years ago.
So they're just catching up to the material to the end.
Yeah.
I say Naruto because I've kind of been binging clips of Boruto.
Why?
It's kind of fun.
Huh, okay.
I'm kind of enjoying it. Just the general silliness of just grown-ass characters and their children having problems.
Okay. Let's see, we have Wall-E versus Kung Fu Panda 2. Both are winners on let's see, Pixar tournament episode and DreamWorks tournament episode.
Yeah, so this is a big decision which would shape the trajectory of our channel. We have to be very careful what we say.
I'm saying Wall-E.
I'm gonna say Kung Fu Panda.
Okay.
Second one is good.
Yeah, it is really good. That's probably why it won.
Are you hyped for the new Kung Fu Panda movie? They're bringing back Tai Lung.
Yeah, I saw that in the trailer. Yeah, they haven't made a bad Kung Fu Panda film yet, so for sure.
For sure this time.
Sure, I can be excited for that one.
But I'm thinking, I've been reading this comic for a little while before they announced the movie. It basically, the plot was, through some shenanigans, a gate to the Chi realm opened, and because
there's kind of a chameleon that takes all the villains' powers.
Yes, but I'm saying about the comic that I've been reading.
Yeah.
And the plot of that comic is, what if Tai Lung came back through that gate, and the exact same points are brought in this movie as well. So it's kind of see what kind of how close this artist came to predicting the plot, or what the new movie could be about.
Let's see, our next topic. That sounds interesting, Karol. Our next,
my feelings.
Our next topic: Christmas versus Halloween.
You?
Christmas.
Halloween.
Okay.
Christmas is just so much work.
Let's see, we have Magneto versus Doctor Doom. Magneto, I feel, is a more complex character, while Doctor Doom is more evil, I guess.
True, but also Doctor Doom is kind of like he's more comical because he's so flanderized. He's Doctor Doom. I'm gonna see Doctor Doom because he was in Squirrel Girl.
Okay, that's Karol's reasons for everything. I'm going to say Doctor Doom. He kind of just is more evil.
Me reading Squirrel Girl is like a core memory.
Okay, let's see. We have drawing versus writing.
What?
Drawing versus writing.
As a creative exercise, or?
Yeah, you can think of it how you want.
Both are great. I enjoy both.
I'm going to say drawing.
I would say drawing, but I also had a bullet journal for a long while, and just planning how it looks and writing in it felt amazing.
Okay. We have Spyro versus Crash Bandicoot. For years, would have been Crash actually, because I just had played more of his games, or I didn't really know anything about Spyro until I got like the remake trilogy for a couple of years ago.
The reignited one, right?
Yeah, and I surprisingly liked the second and third games really much, like more than I would have probably thought, and I guess I have changed. I probably would prefer Spyro.
I would still stick to Crash because, on the contrary to you, I didn't have the experience with the reignited trilogy. So maybe if I played that game, I would relate more to Spyro. Currently, Crash.
Okay, we have Katy Perry, KP, versus Taylor Swift.
Oh god, this is a non-question. Taylor Swift.
Really? Didn't you like Katy Perry a while ago?
I loved her, but like her Witness era was just like so meh.
Okay.
Like currently, I'm sorry, I'm putting these again, pitting two women against each other. Not cool, because they can be both successful in different ways.
Well, I have put men against each other as well.
And they can be... No, I get it. It's kind of a joke. But Katy Perry, she didn't have like a banger for a long while. Like her Witness era, maybe Bon Appetit, and Stuck to the Rhythm, right?
Those weren't good songs, if I'm being honest.
But they were popular. They were not good, but they were popular. And then Katie started going on some like conspiracy theory shit on Twitter.
Yeah, she seems a bit weird, actually.
She did. I don't know why. Is she trying to appeal to a new demographic? I don't know. But compare it to Taylor Swift going on tour, releasing a remasters of all of her albums, doing like more songs as well, and releasing the movie of her tour experience. People died on her during her concert. Taylor Swift has a confirmed kill. I should not be joking about this. Nevertheless, I enjoy Taylor's more recent work than I enjoy Katie's more recent work. How about you?
I would probably say Taylor Swift. If we're talking purely about songs, then I probably like Katy Perry's older songs a bit more than Taylor's, but
I can agree. Katy Perry has some bangers from her, like from
her early years, I guess.
Yeah, One of the Boys, the album. Holy shit, that pop rock! I still listen to it.
But if we're just talking about the artist, then Taylor Swift quite easily, actually.
After Folklore, she found the formula.
And then we have pancakes versus waffles. I would say pancakes, but not those pancakes I have on this picture.
Not American.
I would say take, I guess, Swedish pancakes, more smaller or
God,
thinner.
What's the name of them?
Thinner pancakes, I guess. But
there is a specific crepes.
I would prefer pancakes.
Yeah, because here pancakes means crepes. Like that's how they are presented in Sweden. Those tiny, not tiny, but those flat pancakes are crepes. Because they're taken from French.
Okay.
Also, God, yes, I love pancakes way more than I love waffles.
Something that I kind of learned recently is that America actually has a word, Swedish pancakes. And I think it's those thinner pancakes. Like, I don't know why.
Why?
But I think America has a Swedish pancakes word.
America, why? Explain!
Okay, let's see. We have... I don't really remember the names, actually, when I think about it. We have, from the movie Interview with a Vampire, we have Tom Cruise vampire versus Brad Pitt vampire.
Lagarde? No, what's his name?
I don't remember, really, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I'm going to say Brad Pitt vampire, I guess.
No. Brad Pitt, he has that angsty energy because he's fighting with his demons and he's trying to keep his humanity.
Well, he kind of was the main character and had most screen time.
True, but that doesn't mean... Wait, what's the name? I need the names for them. Please, IMDb save me. So, Lestat. Louise and Lestat.
Okay.
Come on, like... they are such good parallels of each other because Louise is trying to keep like he's the white young yin, and Lestat is the yang. He's like he is what would happen. Like he is what would Louise would become if he gave in to his basic desires. He would end up as like a broken husk of a man, like as Lestat was at the end of the movie.
So you want him to be a broken mess?
I just have a tendency to go for menses with problems.
Okay, next picture.
I could make him worse. That's my point.
Next picture. We have Wish Dragon versus Hocus Pocus 2. And if you're wondering why I chose these movies against each other, do you remember that each year we have done a best of the year video?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, this was your two choices for each year.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, well, now looking back,
I would say Hocus Pocus 2.
I would say too. Like, not to diss The Wish Dragon, because it's a good movie. I liked it. But I would rather see again Hocus Pocus 2.
Okay.
Even with a lot of low points it had.
Okay, let's see. We have 2D platformers versus 3D platformers.
2D platformers.
3D all the way.
Actually,
if I have discovered something with myself, and is that I don't really enjoy 2D platformers at all. Actually, like I find 3D platformers more memorable and more fun.
Also, listeners, if you hear bangs behind us or in the background, it's not guns, it's just fireworks. I don't know. You know what? I'm split. Because Mario 3D World is one of my favorite games.
Okay.
But Rayman Legends kind of counts as a 2D platformer, and I love that game to bits. Like, I 100%ed it.
Yeah, but the thing for me is I have played a couple of 3D platformers and a couple of 2D platformers, and what I have discovered is that I find the 3D ones more memorable. So I prefer that. So I prefer 3D platformers.
You know what? I'll say 2D, but only barely, because you're also correct. Like, they tend to be... But that depends on the game, the memorability.
Well, I don't really... I gotta be honest, most of the 2D platformers I played, I barely remember how a level looks. Well, that can be your choice then. Let's see, we have... You never escape from this movie, do you, Karol?
It's haunting me.
We have James Gordon Cat versus... what's her name? Rebel Wilson?
Robin Wilson.
Robin
Williams. No.
Rebel Wilson.
Rebel. Yes, Rebel.
Cat. So, Karol, which one do you prefer?
This is the movie that caused COVID. The pandemic was punishment from God because of cats.
Oh, okay. Is that the theory?
But it's gotta be... I don't know. These two were my favorite performances from the whole movie.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I know people memed on James Corden because, like, people found him, like, just overexposed to him. Like, it was cool to not like him. But I also liked how Rebel was just like, yeah, she was a cat, meow.
I didn't feel like this song particularly well, any of them. Maybe James Gordon a bit better. So.
James at least had like corporal karaoke to kind of like warm up his vocal cords.
So I'm going to take James Gordon Cat, I guess.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna agree.
Okay, let's see. Next we have going barefoot or going with socks.
Going with socks.
Yeah, me too. I prefer having socks on.
Yeah, we're not freaks.
You'll
You'll never see our hogs.
Okay, let's see. I guess we're going to the final 10 now, and as with last year, I tried to going a bit on the weirder side.
Oh God!
Let's see. We have.
I did not expect you to bring this.
We have Please Give Me an A with the Puss in Boots picture where he is using his eyes versus a petition for hot water for tea drinking.
Why? So both of these events happened.
Really? Did they?
You put them there, you remember.
Well, you didn't have to say that you did them.
It's for context. So,
Okay.
For context, in our school, these were two of my brilliant ideas. One of them was, during a test, I found a meme online of Puss in Boots and people snucking in a copy of the picture from Shrek, like when he does that face, and wrote on it, "Please give me an A." And I snuck it in my test and I give it to the teacher. And he laughed, and he said it was a good prank. A prank. It was a good joke. He didn't give me an A, but it was fun. The other petition was not for hot water for tea drinking because we already had that. The petition was to allow to have hot milk in the cafeteria.
Was it?
Yes.
Well, was hot water a side thing?
No, we already had hot water. When you went to cafeteria, you could ask for hot water and a tea. But I was thinking, but hot milk. I like hot milk. We should have hot milk at school. And I went around the school asking for petition signatures. And I gathered quite a lot.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
I went with a clipboard and
I remember, Karol. I was there.
I'm gonna say the petition.
I'm going to say, please give me an A. If I'm being honest, I thought it was a bit weird that you went around asking for hot milk.
That's why it has to be this. Like, I would do the test one. I wouldn't ask for hot milk today.
Okay, let's see. We have the Keyblade versus the Sword Excalibur.
Keyblade.
Yeah, Keyblade.
Because I'm a fanboy, and you're as well.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. Let's see. We have cutting onions versus getting your tongue stuck on
freezing your tongue to a light pole.
Yeah, kind of.
Chopping onions every single day, like that other thing is dangerous.
Yeah, it can hurt. You need some hot water.
You can lose you can lose parts of your tongue.
Yeah, it's cutting onions then, I guess. Let's see. We have our old kind of bubble picture versus our new media bubble podcast, the bubble.
I'm gonna have to say the new logo.
Yeah, probably. Like, that's more to the point.
It's more readable. It's a bubble, like in the media bubble podcast.
Like the original that we had was kind of just to put something up because we didn't really know what to put up.
Yeah, it was still like we had the name, but we kind of had to find a deal.
And unfortunately, that picture I drew it, and that was I felt a bit rushed on it because I felt like the episode is needed to come out, so I felt like I hurried along a bit.
Still, it's good we had some kind of graphic, so it's still great that you did that.
Let's see. Next we have two memes. It's over 9,000 versus the meme "Shut up and take my money."
These are both so old.
Yeah, but they are classics, right? Like everybody knows these two, right?
I think. No, my mom. my mom would not recognize any of them.
Okay.
I don't know. I still have the kind of metric from when we talked about mascots. Like, would my mom recognize this meme?
Okay.
I'm gonna say take my money.
Yeah, me too. I just feel like you can actually use that in certain points.
It's more versatile.
Let's see, what is next? We have thinking about the Roman Empire versus Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer?
Yeah, Barbenheimer.
Do you... Wait.
Do you remember that this was a thing this year? How that you asked, how usually do you think about the Roman Empire? You don't remember this?
I know that this was a meme, but I didn't know what caused it.
I don't know either what caused it, but it was also pointed more to men, I think.
Like, I don't know. I don't think before this meme, even during this meme, the only time I was thinking about the Roman Empire was when this meme was around. And other than that, Why would I think about the Roman Empire?
Well, they were big.
Do I don't know. Colonialism
know.
doesn't really vibe with me.
I guess you would take Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
Probably me too. Let's see. Next we have this wonderful picture of the X-Men Colossus versus Captain America on the beach, you can say. Do you want to describe these pictures in more detail, Karol?
I mean, do you want me to?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Okay, so picture number 1. There's a sunset. The place is some kind of wilderness. 5 p.m. The clouds are darkening, but we see at the freaking center of the page is the glistening, silvery, hard... No, it's just Colossus, backshot, full on just like, yeah, let's see his goddamn, all the muscles. Let's see his ass. Massive cake in a leopard print. And there's also leopard in the background.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, like, look at that.
And then we have Captain America.
What is the actor's name? Holy shit.
Chris Evans.
No, not Chris Evans. Not Demolition Man. The antagonist from Rocky.
What, the Russian guy?
Yes, he looks exactly like the Russian guy from Rocky.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google it.
Actually, the actor was Dolph Lundgren, a Swedish actor.
Yes. So we just imagine super buff Dolph Lundgren educating themselves on what is that?
I don't know.
Constitution. He's leisurely on his day off. He has his own merch-themed towel and a parasol, and he's drinking and leisurely reading the Constitution of the United States on his day off. And it's just also back picture, massive biceps, ass for days. What are you making me say? And also glasses, so you know this boy is smart.
Yeah. Which one would you prefer, Karol, if you were choosing one?
Can you guess?
Colossus?
Of course.
Yeah, his picture is... yeah, it's special, you can say.
Like, Captain America's picture is... Okay. I see what you're doing. But Colossus' picture, I'm doing the beat with cards. But this picture, it's like, hella ass. Also...
This isn't fan art, I can say. This is actually from Marvel Comics.
Jesus Christ.
I can explain a little bit more after the second slide.
Okay.
Should we move on?
Yes.
Let's see.
Before
We have a picture of Mary Jane with Spider-Man in the background versus a picture of Black Cat. Do you want to explain these two again, Karol?
The difference between these two slides. Holy shit. What is she wearing? What are they both wearing?
Well, Mary Jane is kind of more easy to explain what she's wearing, like it's Spider-Man's web.
Yeah, it's so weird. So Mary Jane, we have at one side Mary Jane. She's wearing like a corset made of spider webs, and it's also a bodysuit, and she's also wearing spider web
bathing suit.
No, like arm warmers, like.
Yeah.
And she's also. And also Spider-Man is behind her, like a spider in a web.
Yeah, he's in full suit.
Why is it? What happened here? Is it's like, oh, Spidey, I forgot my swimsuit. Will you please help me? And he's like, sure, babe. And the other one is Black Cat, and holy shit, my girl, slay. Like, this is something you would see at a pride parade.
Okay.
I could see a drag queen in this. Holy shit, I love her outfit.
Okay.
Like, because, like, Mary Jane, I don't know what she's doing. but Black Cat in her choker connected to her like coconut bra, black swimsuit, and holy, I like this girl. She knows how what suits her.
Yeah. I would say Black Cat. I kind of always just prefer her as a character, if I'm being honest.
Me too.
Let's see, if I'm going to explain what you have witnessed here. In the early 90s, Marvel thought it was a great idea to do a kind of swimsuit comic books that they did for like 5 straight years or something. And there was a theme around why they would be on the beach and why they would be wearing these things in some kind of ridiculous story.
Why would Captain America just read the Constitution of the United States on the beach?
And what the comic kind of was taking a bunch of the characters and showing them off in like kind of these fashion of the way.
I remember one with Wolverine and like Cyclops and
yeah, there's tons more. Like one thing that I can say is that I originally was thinking of doing a whole episode where I would be showing these, but that finding the pictures was kind of hard, so I didn't do that idea.
I get it. It was hard for you.
Yeah, it was really hard, Karol.
I get it. I'm actually glad you kind of only included this as a small little bit, because I think if we went through the entire catalog of menses and womenses, I think it would kind of lose its luster as we would go through all of them.
And I also feel like Colossus was kind of the character that got the most extreme ones. Like there's more of Colossus, I can tell you.
You know what? You convinced me to do some research.
Okay, let's see. What do we have next? We have. Can you explain these two, Karol?
Okay, so we have 2 images. I think. What's the series name?
Gintama.
Yeah, so Gintama, and it's Believe in the Dick of the Owner You Believe, and the other one is. You told me about it.
An anime called Grand Blue.
Exactly, and it's about a club of beach goers.
Divers, you can say.
Divers, and they're all nude. They have sensible black.
They are happily running on the beach, and there's a girl that is happily running with them, and then there's a shot where the guys keep running with her, but they are completely naked and have black dots on their crotches.
So, what is the resolution of this scene?
No, it was just for comedy.
so she doesn't react.
She reacts.
Yeah.
It's like an happy kind of. Oh, it's so fun to run around in the beach with everyone, and then the shots expands, and it's kind of like, oh, they are wearing nothing, and she is. No, this isn't what I imagined.
Yeah, because it's like if she didn't react for all like these hammers flying around, it's like, girl, what the hell is happening? Not Gintama, because I have seen Gintama only sparsely.
Okay. So you're taking running naked on the beach? Sure. Okay, let's see. I think I have.
You thought about it, huh?
I think I have one left. Let's see. Me telling Karol not to read the title or go through my slides versus Karol doing it anyway, making my secret process a no point.
I cannot believe you made a call out post at the end of the slides. But I mean, when did this happen? Tell not to read the title or go through my slides. I mean, you
do it all the time when I have slides.
Only sometimes.
I can see you going through them. Karol, I told you not to do that. Like the last time I can think of is when we did the Riverdale episode, and at some points you even told me, oh wait, I'm reading through the other ones to prepare myself. That wasn't the point, Karol. We were going to react to these.
Also, I'm gonna derail if I say it now. Okay, well, It could be my New Year's resolution.
Okay.
I already have a lot, so I'll try to be better.
Okay, that was versus 2, I guess. Did you have fun, Carol?
I had.
Even,
went a little bit overboard.
Even thought that I had less lights. We spent a way longer time this time around.
I had way more fun because we had time to talk.
Okay.
Like, I think we made a comment to every single each of these slides.
Yeah, I guess we did. Well, do you want to do the outro?
Yes. As always, thank you all for listening to this episode of our podcast.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
And hit like and comment with passion. What am I saying? I'm freestyling. Also, thanks to Jahzzar for intro and outro comedy. It's wonderful and we enjoy it a lot. Again, thank you all for listening and see you in the next episode. Have a wonderful day.